Once upon a time, there was an old woodcutter called Geppetto who wanted a little boy. As he didn't have a little boy, he decided to make a little boy out of wood. So the woodcutter carved a little boy's head. He carved 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 hands, and 2 feet. And then he put the little boy together. The little boy was very happy to be a wooden boy, but he wanted to be a real boy. And unfortunately for Geppetto, he'd made a very naughty boy. So the first thing the little boy did when he was a wooden boy was kick Geppetto in the face. Naughty Pinocchio. Then Pinocchio, the wooden boy, ran out of the house and ran away. Geppetto was very sad to lose his boy, so he went to look for him. Eventually, the little boy got caught by the police. And when Geppetto went to get him back, poor Geppetto was put in prison. Eventually, Pinocchio managed to get the money to get Geppetto out of the prison. Then Geppetto bought the little boy some clothes and some school books and sent him to school. But Pinocchio wasn't very good at school either. And it made poor Geppetto very sad. One day, Geppetto was walking by the sea, and unfortunately he fell into the sea by accident.
No!
How did he get in the sea then? Yes, he fell in the sea by accident, and he was swallowed by a big whale.
No, fish.
Yeah, well, a fish is a big whale is a big fish. Well, it's a mammal, but
It was a big fish.
Okay, it was a big fish he was swallowed by. So he was swallowed by a very big fish. Pinocchio missed his father and started to look for him. One day, while he was looking for him, Pinocchio also fell into the sea and was swallowed by, can you believe it, exactly the same fish. And now Pinocchio and Geppetto were inside the fish's tummy. Pinocchio said he was very sorry to his father for all the bad things he'd done and promised to try and get him back home. So somehow Pinocchio managed to get the fish to go back to the shore, and Geppetto and Pinocchio could get out and lived happily ever after. There is a bit I forgot to tell you in the story. Right in the middle of the story, Pinocchio tells lies, and every time he told a lie, his nose got longer and longer and longer. I forgot all about that bit, didn't I? Until he's got a very long nose, and it's a magic fairy who makes it get shorter again when he promises not to tell any more lies and to help his father. So yes, he gets his father back to land, and they both live happily ever after, father and son. Oh, and I forgot one more thing. Up until then, Geppetto had been a puppet, just a puppet made of wood. But what he wanted more than anything in the world was to become a real boy. And because he did such a good thing by looking after his daddy and getting him home, guess what? The magic fairy turned up and turned him into a real boy. He was so happy. The end.